We did watch Caught Stealing just now. I thought it was fine. The trailers made it seem like it would be more shenanigan-y.
Listen, if you see a Darren Aronofsky movie expecting it to be only shenanigans, you just don't know who Darren Aronofsky is.
They shot the trailer like that.
Yeah, but it's still Darren Aronofsky.
I actually don't know who that is. I know
he did Requiem for a Dream, Mother, Black Swan.
Those are all shenanigan movies. What are you talking about? Am I crazy? Is Black Swan the one where Natalie Portman goes on a road trip to get laid?
Uh-huh. Yep, they have all those shenanigans.
Which is the one where they win the dodgeball championship. I think that was Requiem for a Dream, I believe. Welcome to On the Apps. I'm Julian Breheny. This is
Robin Richardson, and it is my nap time.
It is nap time. Robin is very sleepy. What'd you get up to last night?
Sleeping.
Sleeping?
Yes, I went to bed at a reasonable hour. And I woke up at a reasonable hour.
And you're sleepy? Just a sleepy time?
It's just, no, but, I like a nap. I run on grandpa time.
Okay, sorry. We're really cutting it a nap time here. You're a nap. I just woke you from a nap. You're napped
exactly.
up. Okay.
I'm all napped up.
I'm tired. What happened yesterday? Oh, I had my basketball tournament.
Yeah, how'd that go?
It went very well. I was very excited to be in this basketball tournament called the Big Wachowski, I think. It's the 9th year doing it. All the comics in... a guy called Joel Wachowski, I think, organizes it, and all the comics in New York City go to this court in Brooklyn. They do this big tournament. I hadn't heard of it. I wanted to go and meet everyone. I turned up late. I got drafted into the team. I was so excited for a big day of a tournament. And then our game, we got beaten 11-0 in about 6 minutes. It was very quick. I'm a very competitive guy. I usually get angry when I lose. This happened so quickly, I couldn't even build up a good rage. I was just like, what? It was so, and then I called Robin, I told her, and Robin goes, I thought you're good at basketball.
Yeah, I did think that.
I am good, okay? They were better. It's very sad. Do you still respect me?
Yeah, I do.
It's quite a pause.
No, I was thinking, do I care about a street basketball game played by comics? I'm like, no.
That bodes in my favor as I lost, I think. If it was the most important thing in the world to you. No, that was very sad. They got about 5 3-pointers immediately, back to back to back.
Back to back to back, like Wrexham?
Like
That's
Wrexham.
the only sport thing I know.
Yeah, Robin likes sport as long as it's seen through the lens of a capitalist takeover.
Exactly. Oh my God. Season 3 really was a disappointment because they really focus on that, and I think that's they're at the level where there's just so much money in the game, but of course they literally had an episode that was just this Wrexham is Disneyfied, and it's like a whole Disney episode. It's fucking
actually Disney.
Yeah, because Disney owns FX or whatever.
Wait, so as in they had Disney characters?
No, they didn't have Disney characters, but they I don't know. I think Disney also owns whatever. They own Marvel, right? And what's his face is like a Marvel guy.
I guess Ryan Reynolds, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know if anyone
Disney
doesn't follow
everything.
that show.
Disney is an evil corporation started by a Nazi, and it just continues to be the fucking worst.
And one of our sponsors. Thanks, Disney, for having us.
Disney.
We're so excited. Mickey Mouse is behind the camera just making throat-cutting gestures.
Don't say that. We're going to get sued. They sue everybody.
Really? Yeah. Sorry, I was talking about my
litigious.
friend Mickey. And how the Irish are.
He is a mouse. He's literally a mouse.
He's a mouse. Well, speaking of having mice friends, something I want to talk up and bring up is, Robin, have you been doing any crazy cat lady things recently?
Oh, my God, I have been. Have I? Boy, have I.
And have you been dragging your husband into those things?
I have. Well, in my defense, I really needed your help.
Robin's in a crazy cat lady group. Did we mention this last time?
I don't know. I don't think so. No, I'm in a... It's a group thread or a group text. I'm just in this Bushwick cat lady group text. I ended up in it because I saw in the Bushwick subreddit somebody needed help cleaning up a cat colony that's usually locked behind a gate, and the super was going to open up the gate for 1 hour, so I had 1 hour to clean up the space. And I walked by it every day, and I'd seen the cats many times and was like, hell yeah, I'll help the lady who is feeding these mongrels and taking care of these little street toughs. So went and did this cleanup and ended up on this group text list. And
a watch list,
yeah. The cleanup was disgusting. So we were all wearing masks. It was also in winter, so we're wearing winter clothes. So I didn't see anybody. And now I've met a few of these cat ladies in person because somebody's giving away cat food. Somebody needed a trap. Somebody So we've met in person slowly, and every woman on this thread is a 10.
Just be careful, people listening. This is how Robin tricks you into helping. She told me, Julian, all these crazy cat ladies are so hot. Come help me trap some cats with the hottest women you've ever seen.
And he said to me, oh, I think you're just doing that thing that women do where you're like, oh, she's my friend. She's so beautiful. She's a 10. She's, and really what you're saying is I like my friend. And I would literally never say that she wasn't hot. Like I would never say my friend wasn't a 10.
How did you describe her? What did you say she had?
Oh, bazoombas. Yeah, the one that I most recently have been helping, she does have bazoombas. She's a gorgeous, gorgeous German lady who just like looks like she belongs on some sort of milk-related candy box because she has like curly blonde hair, big boobs.
She's a listener.
And she's like blonde with this big wide smile, high cheekbones, freckles, like the cutest freckles, and I told you, no, I am not saying that. In fact, I think, she's maybe a little intense, and she's very German, and we're not yet friends. So
no,
I'm just telling you, she's a 10, and what is she? A 10.
She was all right. No, she was great. But the point is, we have...
She was... to be truthful, she's like...
I don't throw the word 10 around.
Okay.
Except for myself.
Also, like, the first 2 times that I trapped with her, we are literally, what's happening is that she has been feeding this colony for a long time, years now. All these cats live on top of this building, this roof building that's been abandoned for a long time, and the building is now going to be demolished. So we have this, like, time-sensitive rescue operation happening with all these traps. So I was climbing upstairs, up ladders, underneath barbed wire with this gorgeous German woman who, the first 2 times I met her, was literally wearing like a sundress with like a high slit and like a low V-neck, and just like her cups spilleth over, and I'm like deep thigh slits, and she's just, chasing after cats. Like
not the cat lady you've been told about. Not the cat lady from The Simpsons. They're evolving.
No. There's I don't know if it's the Bushwick cat ladies or if it's just, I do know that cat ladies have been long time maligned. I think cat ladies kind of have the world figured out. And as far as I don't know.
You say that as a cat lady.
I say that as a cat lady, but also as when I say cat lady, I'm talking about an unmarried woman without children. That's like what I imagine. And so I'm not
spinster.
Spinster. And statistically, those are the happiest people on the planet.
Really?
Yeah. If you are an unmarried woman without children. So you're just like you're unbothered. You're unbothered. And most women are not lonely because we know how to have friends.
This felt like suddenly took a turn.
Yeah, we know how to have friends. We're also we can have sex almost anytime we want. So it's just kind of an easy, unburdened life.
So just interesting you say that. Do you think this cat lady is having a lot of sex? Or do you think the fact that she has 12 cats in her apartment right now is prohibiting that?
I think that she's probably having less sex than some, but that's not because she couldn't. I think she could get anybody into that apartment.
The point of saying all this is Robin is hard because we spent the week, Robin spent every night trapping with this lady, and we went up and over the, when was it? When did we go and wrap the tops up?
I don't know. Yesterday maybe? Yesterday morning, yeah. Yesterday morning, we woke up early. We went and bought $100 worth of tarps, and we wrapped these, wrapped crates and crates of cats like presents.
So she saved all these cats, and now on her roof is 6 different crates of cats.
Yeah.
Collectively, I think there's 12 cats there.
Yeah, we are waiting to trap all of them, and then on the 9th, 9 cats are being driven all the way to Vermont or something to go live on a hobby farm and be Instagram stars.
That is cute. I will say, when you're like, where are the cats? You're like, they're going to live on a farm. I was like, oh no, what are we doing to these cats?
Yeah. They went to live on the farm. No, this is
a real farm.
It's a real farm with rescued poultry and rescued donkeys and...
Rescued donkeys?
Now soon to be rescue cats.
When do you rescue a donkey from?
God, I have no idea.
You love a donkey.
I love a donkey. I mean, I know a bunch of donkeys were recently rescued. I'm putting that in scare quotes from Gaza and taken to France, which just meant that they stole the Gazans'
means
of transportation and getting people to hospitals. And because donkeys are starving, but also so are all the people. So that's one example of rescue donkeys. Sorry to bring it down.
Yeah, okay, but I'm saying, I don't know if those are the Bushwick donkeys.
Not Bushwick donkeys. No, these are Vermont donkeys. So, yeah. You know, donkeys live to be like 50.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with that information.
I don't know. It just like, for my whole life, I've wanted a baby donkey. And now that I'm 40, I'm like, I really shouldn't.
No, but you can, now, if you live to be 90, it'll be okay. Let's get
we could die together.
You and the donkey?
Yeah.
But it's,
Suicide pact!
You also do, but I don't know if I love the idea. Suicide pact. Listen up, donkey. And if me and you aren't married by the time we're 30, we kill ourselves. That's what you meant, right? And it's also funny because if you tried to time it so you and your donkey die at the same time, that just means you're incredibly old, looking after a geriatric donkey, and you're both just like sitting on the porch like kids on my lawn.
Yeah.
I got my donkey.
Yeah. Oh, I just think they're so cute. They're one of the cutest animals.
I guess we saw that video of the donkey acting like a cat and just bumping the guy with his nose and bothering him.
Just being a jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love. They're extremely smart animals. They're like independent, and they're like the cats of the hooved creatures. I don't know what those are called. Are they corvids? I don't know. Deers are corvids. I don't know.
Speaking of animals of that size, have you heard? There was a story I saw about a guy who fought off a cougar. Have you heard that story?
Sounds fake.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. Cougars are small, but they're really strong.
Okay. You're not going to like this next part of what I said. We were playing a game last night. It was like, what animal do you think the scariest animal you think you could beat? And I think a cougar.
The thing is like, I think because cats, like, you don't see wild cats very often. Like, they probably see us, but they're like normal cats. They're smart enough to avoid you. So I think if a cougar attacks you, it's got a reason.
It's got beef.
It's got beef. It's rabid. It's hungry, like really hungry, on the verge of death. It's like making a scary decision for itself because you're twice its size.
On the verge of death, I like those odds.
No, but I think that that's an animal that's not going to go down easily. And I would say donkey.
What?
You should have said donkey.
Why would here's the thing. Emotionally, I couldn't kill a donkey. Okay?
Oh, but you could kill a cougar?
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
We're talking about an old woman who's hitting on young men. Is that what you're referring to? No.
Don't you dare. I could take you.
Okay. I don't know if you could. What's the scariest animal you think you could kill?
Scariest animal, I think.
I don't want to say biggest.
A man. It's easy.
That's for the sake of present company. Let's exclude humans from this.
I don't feel like killing any animals. An eel? I don't know.
Eel?
Yeah, they're the only animals that I really hate.
Really?
Yeah.
There's nothing else?
Mosquitoes?
You think you could take a mosquito?
Yeah, I've actually killed one this week.
Okay, big brag.
I did.
Okay, I'm very excited for you. You don't play the game? You don't tell me the animal you think, if life or death?
Not really. I mean, you said cougar. I think that's dumb. I think maybe a big anaconda. I wouldn't want to, though.
And that's fair. I don't want to kill this cougar. This is a hypothetical.
Yeah, so I don't know why you guys started playing this game. It's insane. That's an insane game to play. Let's think about what animals we would all kill. That's crazy.
No, not intentionally. It's if you're life or death. Okay.
This is like the male fantasy where you're like, oh, I want to kill a guy but not be a dick about it. So I'm going to think about it's life and death. I'm going to have this fantasy.
Can you please stop moralizing this cougar? I'll help you out.
Let's talk about how I would kill a man.
Okay. Let's do something that's going to get you on an FBI list. How would you kill a man?
Hammer.
What would you do with a hammer?
I'd smash his face.
You wouldn't poison?
With a hammer?
Oh my God, she's been feeding him tiny hammers for a year. He had no idea what was happening. By the time he knew it was too late, he's got at least 300 hammers inside him.
No, I have like man hate on the brain because I've come across like a couple of things on social media, and then you and I had a thing there's a story from a mutual friend of ours that just like kind of blew my mind, and it's just a reminder of, and I don't know why or how men get off on being so awful. So the things I'm thinking about, there was a super viral video of a woman who's fucking furious, and she's in the middle of running a marathon. The person who's filming is her boyfriend, and she's like, "What the fuck? You forgot the snacks!" And you don't have any of the snacks. So her boyfriend was in charge of carrying the snacks.
The marathon. But
she's running a marathon.
Snacks is like a bit of a... that makes it seem trivial.
No. This is her refueling for her running of 27 point whatever miles. Like, I would never run a mile, let alone multiple of them. But people choose to do it, and, we all have to have hobbies. So she chose to run a marathon. Her boyfriend was there to support her by handing her refueling stuff, and he just ate it all. Like, that's crazy, because he has access to snacks. He's not running a race. He could just, walk up to a hot dog cart, spend, I don't know, $6, $5, get himself a hot dog, spend another $5, eat a second hot dog, and then still make it to the next point of the race where she's supposed to get refueled. Like, he didn't have to eat her snacks. And and she is irate, and I hope at the end of that she murdered him.
Can I give you a counterpoint?
Sure.
Great prank. Really good bit.
Here's the thing. It would be, not really that great of a prank, but if he was, just joking and then handed her a refuel, it wouldn't have been viral. But it's, that is a crazy...
Was it going viral because everyone's mad at the guy, but was anyone... Because was anyone you said she was going mad. Was everyone oh, why is she going mad? Or was everyone no, this guy's an idiot?
I don't really know, the overall response to it. I just saw my corner of the internets, which is furious people. To me, that's that is you need to break up with that person. That's somebody who's sabotaging your goals and dreams. That's very, very dark energy and related to very serious abuse. And you got to get out of there. Don't walk. Run a marathon out of that. I
was going to say, she was running. She's got...
That guy needs to be single, and then seek therapy. That's just crazy. It was paired with the way I saw it. It was paired with another video of a woman whose husband packed her dog food for lunch. And I don't know their situation, but if you actually were stuck with just that dog food for lunch, or that put you in some sort of bad, because not everybody can leave and go buy lunch. I don't know what her work situation is, or not everybody can afford to just peace out and go buy lunch, or it'll cut into your lunchtime. It just ruined her plans, and I just I don't know. I think that you should be able to joke with your spouse, but there are things that just really, I think that crosses a line. And one of the things that crosses my line is have you made my life hard? Don't make my life hard, because you don't have automatic access to be in it. So I don't know. I don't understand why people date anybody who makes their life harder. You're an adult. You wouldn't be friends with somebody who treated you like that.
I think a lot of my friends would put dog food in my lunch, to be honest. I think that's a pretty standard prank. First of all, I'm getting the feeling from this that the number one thing that bothers you is messing with your food. There's no coincidence that both of these pranks were food related. You didn't care for them. I love you, Robin, like a wife, but food is your thing, and our biggest fights are probably centered around food. When we running late to a restaurant or not organizing something, and you're just I need to eat right now. And it's a cliche about women, and it's completely true about you.
Very true.
That you get very hangry.
There have been times where I've been I've eaten a snack and been oh, wow, okay, I didn't feel like that at all. And didn't even have any, insight into how much I was only hungry.
And it's so annoying because it makes all of our mums correct for all the times they were have you had a snack? You're shut the fuck up! I don't need a snack. Yeah. Okay, I had the snack. I feel much better. My apologies.
But don't mess with my food, for sure.
And I would never mess with your food.
Yeah,
I've done it accidentally a few times. I'll eat what I consider to be communal food, communal cheese.
I don't know. And I don't usually get mad when you eat like food that I've bought. But the one thing, okay, here's the one thing that annoys me, but it doesn't like make me that mad, is I'll buy like a little treat, like a nice little treat for myself, and then you will eat almost all of it, and then just leave what's left there, like crumbs, literal crumbs.
Saved you a little bit.
Yeah, just a teeny tiny little bit. And so I think there's still something in there, and then I'll go to eat it, and it'll just be like a shard of a cookie that you left. And to me, I'm like, just throw it away. Just be a man and admit that you ate it all, and throw it away.
This is when Robin gets angry, she questions my masculinity, I think. Julian, there's almost none of this Uncrustable left.
When
It's only the...
To be fair, when I'm not mad at you, I question your masculinity a little bit.
That's true, but it's much. I can take it a lot more when it's not, when you're not as angry.
No, but yeah, just throw it away. Just
I will
throw
say,
it away.
Eat
all of it and throw it away.
The reason I don't do that, okay,
It's because you're a worm.
it's because I'm a worm and because I didn't finish it. So not my responsibility. Why would I throw it away when there's definitely something still there?
It's only the dregs that only the person who ate the rest of it would eat. Like if you handed me a chip bag that just had the bottom, like if I eat a small bag of chips and in the bottom there's just like little chip crumbs, I will tip that upside down and I'll finish it. If somebody hands me that same bag of just the chip crumbs, I'm going to throw it away because those are their crumbs. That's trash to me. That's only good for you. The person who ate it all, those are their crumbs. Those are now your crumbs, your trash to deal with. Get rid of them, either in your mouth or in the trash. Get them away from me.
I have to tell you, I wish I could tell you that I could change. I wish I could tell you that I'll adapt. Okay, I don't think I do that much. I will admit I do eat all the cheese.
You do it all constantly.
Another big fight we had was when Robin accused me. I don't know. I think you were mad about something else at the time. We have these little water bottles, which we screw on water bottles.
Yeah.
And we were fighting about something else. Like, well, it was this episode since we fight all the time. I mostly fight cougars. So, but they
the right one.
And I think we had some other issue, some other disagreement, and then you had been mad that I supposedly tightened the water bottles too tight.
Well, because you had actually done that a few times as a joke, like really early on in
I don't remember doing that as a joke.
Well, it definitely happened twice, and I was like, "This is too tight, untighten it." And I'm 99% sure that there was a little joke and it happened twice, and then I went to go fill up my water, my cup that keeps my water cold all day, and couldn't open it because she had tightened it too much, and I was like, ah!
And you were like, and I was like, fine, I'll loosen it. But I think you. At that moment, you accused me of what was basically a cartoonishly villainous plan. Straight out of the Roadrunner.
It is cartoonishly evil. Do you remember there was it was a few years ago now. It might have even been during Trump won, and there was an interview with him and a black
I think this was
female
while he was running.
The black female reporter, and while she was turned away, he reached over, took her water bottle, and tightened it and put it back. And it is silly, but it is that is like a hallmark abusive behavior. Just being like, oh, I am going to take some little trivial thing and make your life harder.
I would like it to be known that I thought of that before Trump. Okay, unknown.
He's been doing this to black women for a very long time.
Trump has been stealing my moves for a very long time, okay? Honestly, unbelievable, okay? For him, mostly I'm upset with his breach of copyright, just stealing my stuff.
Just stealing.
Yes, I do think the Trump one seemed intentional. I assure you mine was not. I tightened it to the level that I believed it would be structurally sound and secure, and then maybe a little more to spite my wife. And that was it. No, but yeah, so this marathon runner was bad.
It's so bad, and why do people date people like this? And the full circle of this is this mutual friend of ours who started dating a guy. She's like, you know,
It's Donald Trump.
she hasn't.
I'll find the message.
She hasn't had a boyfriend in a little while, and she started dating a guy.
Oh, I think she had a boyfriend. She was coming off another relationship.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so she was coming off of another relationship, but she wants to find the person. Like, she's dating earnestly, and she met this guy. He was great, and she even did like a Instagram like boyfriend reveal. And
well, that's crucial to the story.
yeah,
right?
crucial to the story because
she does the hard launch in a photo 9 of a carousel, classic.
and this woman messages her and says, "Hey, just so you know, I saw that you posted this guy, and I don't know your situation, but he and I have been, we're not in a relationship, but we've been fucking for the last like 2 years, most recently like last Tuesday, and I can't send you any pictures because they weren't connected on Instagram yet. You can't just randomly send anybody your pictures until they accept your messages. But if
Which
you
is
want,
a violation of my right to send my dick pic to anyone I want.
yeah, that was a good choice on the from the developers. But if you want, I have pictures of our texts, and these text messages are unbelievable. And I am just like after reading them, Julian was like, "How are people finding these women?"
I was very upset because I've been looking for a woman with such low self-esteem that I could treat her this way. I can't even tighten a fucking water bottle without getting in trouble, and this guy is doing the most dog shit stuff.
Dog shit, absolute dog shit.
I'll read some of these. I don't know. I can read these. You think?
Yeah, I think you could read
Okay.
it.
You believe I can read?
Mm-hmm.
Finally. The thing that's so funny about these messages is that, so just to be clear, this girl we know was seeing this guy and then found out that he was cheating via text from the other woman. And these are texts, and then the other woman sent screenshots of the text between her and the guy saying that they weren't seeing each other, but yeah, they were casual. And the funniest thing is, like, the way he's treating the other woman is really bad.
Unbelievable.
And so it's almost like...
I'm like, you're fucking this guy for years? And I'm like, oh, why?
And so it's like, so our friend told me she read those, and it's kind of like, I'm upset for the other woman.
Yeah,
I'm not even mad. I'm not like stealing she's some man thief. I think she's been treated badly by the same guy.
Yeah.
And they were...
Yes, absolutely.
But there were so many people, and look, as you said when I first talked about it, it goes both ways. There are men,
sure.
there are men you see who, but these people who are just.
I'm in the nice girl subreddit. I've seen insane text messages from women.
Yeah. But this person says, what are you doing? They say, working.
Wait, who's?
Sorry, I'm trying to think. Where does it start with?
Who's who?
Okay, so the girl says, just hanging with my friends, and he says, you working today? She says, just from the time I'm working. And he goes, well, if you want to come give me head before, which, whatever. I mean, I just...
If you want to come give me head before... Did he end it? Is that how that sentence ends?
Yes. And then the person's like, oh, wow, that's quite the offer, LOL. And then goes, just going off what you offered, or whatever. That's not even the main part. The point is, he's asking for this girl to come over and give him head, potentially. Which is, you should ask that with trepidation and excitement.
Yeah. What the fuck
it's
kind of request
quite
is
a
that?
deal you're getting. And then he does the back and forth where he won't even commit. You think I can read it word for word?
Yeah, read it word for word. Let's hear it.
And goes, then she goes, well, I guess I could. He goes, it's up to you. All right, well, do you work? No work, he says. Okay, and this is her saying, okay, I need to get ready and get all my stuff together. If I don't have time before, would after work. She's renegotiating this thing.
She's just like, I'll come and suck your dick. I might not be able to do it quick. I might not even be able to get to your place quickly enough before I have to go to my job, which pays my rent.
The messaging she's doing is like it's like a sales call where the salesperson's like, what time is good for you? I'll work around your schedule. I'd love to get a call in at 9 p.m., but honestly... And he goes, okay, let me know. Maybe. I'm like, bro, you might be getting your dick sucked.
Yeah.
And she goes, well, you tell me. I can get everything ready now and be there soon, or I can come after. Then he goes, you were the one who said you might not have time before work. I'm home chilling, watching TV in bed, lol.
Like the tone.
And then she goes, what a life. I guess a little tongue-in-cheek. Well, I can come over now or later. You tell me. This girl is like, just tell me when I can come suck your dick. And he goes, what's better for you? I said you can come now. Where is work at 4? It's just like this back and forth. And then she goes, says where work is, goes, yeah, I'm ready now. I can come now or later, she says again. And he goes, I'm letting you make the decision. You are the one that has to work. I am here. Just tell her what, back in...
Just be like, I just have a little gratitude of the unwillingness to just be like, yeah, let's figure out a schedule for the two of us that works beneficial. Like, it's so
He's been like
selfish.
a little obstinate
It's
in the thing.
so selfish.
And then, and she goes, well, will you be there later? Look, I'll just come now. And he goes, I don't know what I'm doing later. Could be here. Okay. But the thing is, what my point is that it's just, I feel like there were so many of these things that happen. There were so many women who are in those terrible situations, but then there are so many women who have high standards on the other spectrum. I don't know where these women are. I don't know where to find these women, Robin. Well, I can be such a piece of shit and still do well. And keep in mind that this guy then got this other girl, but apparently, according to our friend, he didn't act that way with her, supposedly.
No, he probably didn't. He was going to eventually, but at this point, he was not acting this way. Because I don't think you get to start out with somebody acting that way.
Yes, but then you told me that part of the reason this happens and why is that if you're willing to just kind of lie and be a piece of shit, it can work. You can like trick people.
Well, yeah, I mean, I am considering the fact that he was straight up lying to our friend. I'm sure that he has lied to this girl many, many times.
Yeah.
And I just think there needs to be, in order for women to debase themselves for you, you probably have to dangle in front of them the prospect of a long-term relationship. And what's strange to me is why anybody would want a long-term relationship if that is what you're offering. Like if it's with somebody like that. Like, I don't know why anybody would want a relationship with that man, with a person who acts like that.
Yeah, well, no, I don't get it. But as people do, I think, and then we were talking about the other day how there's a lot of women who just are very, I guess, desperate to get married or to, and this girl I guess doesn't want because she's doing a long-term thing, and they're like, anyone who'll take me, I'll just accept.
I guess, I don't know, like I don't want to like get too deep into like the psyche of it, but I do not understand in a world where at this point now, within marriages, 45% of women make as much or more than their partners. So almost 50-50. Women are graduating at higher rates. We have, we do not have a loneliness epidemic. I think casual sex is quite easy to find as a woman. We know how to make friendships. We know how to stay in touch with our loved ones. Why do we still value marriage at all? I say that as a married person.
I was going to say, where is this going?
Why do we value? No, I mean, I can understand valuing partnership. I can understand valuing somebody, valuing good relationships. But the idea to like just value marriage, especially when so many women like just end up marrying somebody who ends up being their child anyway.
You mean have to mother them effectively?
Yeah, they have to mother them. They have to like make sure that they do everything that they're supposed to do, and they have to keep them on schedule. And it's just like it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And I know that I say that as somebody who's like never been single that long. I genuinely think I would enjoy being single. All the times that I have been single, I have enjoyed it immensely. But I've never actually been single for for any real length of time.
What was the gap between me and your last guy? 7 months?
Like my most serious relationship? Yeah. We met in June, early June. He and I broke up in end of December.
Okay, and that was the same as my relationship before that, so we had the same sort of gap between. No, I agree, but a lot of women don't. You said you enjoy being single. This is so ominous.
I mean, I enjoy being single. By the way, Julian, no, but I also haven't done it any length of time. But I just can't imagine that it would be worse than spending my days with an entitled prick.
But one thing I've found, this is the question, which is sad, is there are good guys out there. There are bad guys out there.
Oh, for sure.
It almost feels like these bad guys are over-indexing. And I don't want to do the whole like women like bad guys thing because that's overplayed. But there is something about like men being overly available and needy is unattractive. And then when I'm told, I was getting advice from someone the other night that had a message on dating apps and saying that my messages were too available. And been like, we can meet this time with this or whatever. And they'll like show a bit of mystery. These guys with this attitude, this guy in the text message, that mystery, aloof, I don't give a shit thing, I think, I don't want to say turns people on, but it's like they think that's more attractive than, they'll have people, because the other thing as well is like, my understanding is every girl has 5 losers in her DMs, pretty much.
Probably. I don't, by the way. I have 0 losers in my DMs.
Just winners. Just your DMs are wall-to-wall
My DMs
cats.
are absolutely chock-a-block full of cats. No, just
but I
kidding.
think a lot of girls have guys waiting in the wings. They want to do stuff, and then these guys, they end up with guys like this. And is it a bug or is it a feature where they're like?
No, here's the thing. I think that the only women that kind of attitude attracts are women who have anxious attachment styles. Women who you are attracted, like people who are avoidant attachment styles. Men who communicate like that are people with anxious attachment styles. So they are attracting. That is a person with a not. With a substandard like attachment style, attracting other people with not non-optimal attachment styles.
Yes, but what do you think the percentages are? Because I think a lot of people have non-optimal attachment styles, and I don't think that's a small portion of the population. I think that's huge. So my point is like that. When I hear some women in my friendship groups will be like, oh, I like this guy and he did this. And I think I talked about it previously on here about that girl, my friend of a friend who was described like the guy she liked in the message of sending. And I was like, this guy is a piece of shit. And she was so hot. And I was like, you can be with anyone else. She's like, no, but this guy's so hot. I'm like, oh, you like
that he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, they were all, because like she had all these guys like falling all over her. In like a needy way, and this guy was kind of like, and it's almost like, is he doing it on purpose, or like, do they know that if they were to be really nice, and I don't want to say nice because that leads into the nice guy thing, but if they were to be suddenly very available and very communicative, as opposed to being like, well, whatever, I can take it or leave it, if suddenly they would appear less attractive, less in this way.
Because what the thing is that I don't think it's actual like availability, because you are. I would consider you to be one of the least available people, right? You're even though you can date, you are married. You also have a very, very busy schedule. So your messaging is just like to the point, right? To me, I would read that as like, this is a guy who is available on this day and this day at this time and this time, and that's it.
Because what I will send is something along the lines of, oh, hey, we should catch up sometime. Oh, it's great. Okay, well, on Wednesday I'm available 9 p.m. onwards. Thursday this time, Friday. What time works for you? Or whatever it is. We're using the word availability. We're kind of throwing it around because yes, technically I don't have a lot of availability, but I think me messaging that way, it's not mysterious. If you know what I mean.
Mysterious. Yeah.
And it's direct. And as opposed to something like, my message would be like, let's catch up for a drink on Wednesday, this time, this place, or whatever. And it's like, why don't you give me a number and we'll make drinks happen sometime, which is that like more mysterious or something. And like this guy been like, come over whenever, like. I don't know.
Yeah. No, you're not. I get what you're saying. I just like, for me, like I don't know. There are people who can make plans, and there are people who don't make plans. I don't know. That's just like to me. That just is like that's the way somebody without like a job and goals could live, right? Like yes. Somebody who's just like, well, let's make it happen, and then somebody who's like, okay, well, we'll make it happen, And if you're, I guess you either aren't that interested in meeting up, which is totally fine, or you're totally just free all the time.
I'm available anytime.
I'm available anytime, and I will go anywhere in the city for this date.
Please touch me at all. Please, I would love you to touch me anywhere, top to bottom.
Let's make it happen sometime. I mean, I guess you could do that and then just like hide the ball as to like when you're available, and then on a Wednesday night text and be like, hey, you want to meet up at this time in this place? I just think you'd get far more no's just out of straight lack of availability.
We could test it. Okay, I don't know, but I just think...
A/B testing.
All I'm saying is, I guess I'm just trying to solve the mystery of how these guys end up with girls and be happy with it. Now, some women out here describing these relationships.
I think that they're dating women who are probably a little needy. If I'm going off of attachment style, so this is my theory that this is an avoidant person dating somebody who has who ends up with a lot of women who have anxious attachment styles, who are the kind of people those are the people who will make a lot of space for other people because they are constantly afraid of being left. So they're like, but out of that fear comes like, jealousy and neediness and other kinds of drama that I think can be difficult to deal with if you are not somebody who quite frankly, wouldn't be able to even be in a relationship unless you had somebody who was chasing you down all the time and making you do it.
Wait, what do you mean?
That guy.
Oh, yes.
An anxious attachment style person.
Yeah. On top, there was the other stuff with that guy afterwards that my friend told me. Maybe we can't remember this, but that he then turned it on her when he got confronted, and was like,
I didn't even hear this part.
Didn't I tell you that?
Oh my God.
No, I did
you probably told me, and I just blanked it out of my head because I was turning red and steam was coming out of my ears.
Well, I think he said something like, "Yeah, well, it's because we're not having sex enough. That's your fault."
Get fucked. Get fucked, you loser.
Sometimes I worry that Robin doesn't love men, or that I'm the only one. I don't know.
Honey, I don't like people.
You don't like people. That's true.
No, I think that there are wonderful men out there, and that these guys are out here giving a bad name because they're dating a lot of. They're dating. I think that the reason why we hear so many of their stories is they're just dating way more women. Like more, they are because they're not staying in relationships, and they are always they're always trying to get women. And always trying to string them along. So they're probably getting more volume and they're probably dating more at a time, and they're dating them for shorter amounts of time. So there are just more women who have these stories. Also, the nice guys don't make for a good story, so we don't talk about them. And if we do, they don't go viral. So I think that it's probably a small portion of men who are giving men a really bad name.
Maybe. I'm not even. My point is, I'm not surprised the men exist. I'm surprised people are still dating them. There was that app that came out recently, the T app. Did you hear about that? It was where women can put all this information about guys. That I think it started as a Facebook group, which is like where you say here's this guy. He treated me really badly. His name is this. Don't date him.
There have been other things like that that gained a lot of hate. I forgot what they were called, but there was one in the early 2010s that was basically just like a warning site for women to being like, this guy is a piece of shit. This is what he did, and men got really mad about it.
Yeah, well, I think the thing that would be frustrating is you might be a piece of shit, and then they might post things about you, but you could also be a nice enough guy who you broke up with someone and they're really mad about it.
Oh yeah. There's a good chance that there were a few guys on there who are just normal and just broke up with somebody.
And they're like, how dare you break up with me?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think it ended up getting. I think a bunch of guys didn't like it, and they hacked it almost immediately. Yeah. Which I'm sure you didn't like.
Women can't have spaces. No, just kidding. I think those things are problematic. But it is I have this theory of why women are gossips, and that is just like to gossip, like to share these stories. Is that it's one way that women stay safe. It's just telling each other all the shit that happens to us.
It's funny, you guys gossiping? We are staying safe.
We are. This is community building.
This is recon. Yeah. Okay. And that's why when men meet up, we just make up silly little games.
Yeah.
And
you guys
play.
just try to guess which countries have bigger GDPs.
Yeah. Should we do that for the end of the episode? I think. Okay, I'll start. Antarctica. I'm bad at this. I don't know if they're big.
I don't know that Antarctica is a country.
Yeah, I guess not. I don't know. I think they're hosting the G20 next year, actually. It's very exciting. We're going there. Did you have anything else you want to bring up before it?
I just want to say again that you have changed my taste in men for the worse. No, I mean, you are a gorgeous man. You're a beautiful man. I have just myself...
Who could fight a cougar.
Who could not fight a cougar. Just for myself, I've never I've never leaned towards light eyes. I have never liked men with light hair. To me, it just says Mormon. There's something very Mormon about it. Very inbred, very our lineage just has not managed to bang one baddie in our entire since the beginning of time. So we just all look like each other. So the blonde hair I've just never liked, and boyish as well, boyish look. I was kind of thought I've gotten for more grown up or ruggedy kind of.
I have quite a beard right now. This is 8 weeks growth if you can believe it.
And now, so we just, we just saw Caught Stealing, which I loved. I think it is a wonderful, love letter to New York. It's a fun romp. I cannot believe Darren Aronofsky made a movie that didn't make me want to puke or cry. Maybe he's getting chill in his old age. But Austin Butler like really did it for me, and that is a baby-faced blonde man with blue eyes, and he has been in the atmosphere for a while, and I have never found him hot. And
well, I'm glad I could get you there.
yeah,
Okay.
thank you so much. You've really opened my eyes to the hotness of
we discussed
Austin
this briefly on the haircut episode, but before. So this is 2 times we've mentioned Austin Butler's look.
Austin Butler, if you're listening, I would.
Austin Butler, I would not allow it. Okay, that is it. You cannot.
He does he was like Elvis. He like used to date Vanessa Hudgens. He's been around, and he's always looked exactly like that. And there were even like times in that movie where I was looking at his face and I was like, I don't know what I could possibly like about this, but I do.
Okay, I am glad. Austin Butler's like, I'm just waiting to hook up with Robin, but I need Julian to go in there, lay the groundwork, okay?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And basically, like, we know those
Just
engines.
slowly but surely.
I'm a terraformer for you fucking blonde men.
Just like make me wake up next to a blonde man for a few years and I'll eventually come around.
Just exposure therapy.
Yeah.
I constantly expose myself to Robin.
Wake up like, oh, okay.
Sorry.
Just my husband. He happens to be blonde. It's okay. It's okay.
We did watch Caught Stealing just now, and I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
No, it was good. I didn't sleep much last night. I had a late night, so I wasn't in a space. We watched it at 10:40 a.m. Spoilers, if you're going to watch it, spoilers. Literally, Rob was like, let's do a 10:40 a.m. movie. We got there, and they were like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
They were like putting the seats in.
Well, I would have seen this movie a long time ago, I would have seen it when it came out, but I've been waiting because you wanted to see it,
Yes.
so I was waiting to see it with you, and it's hard to get in. It's hard to get you slotted in.
Well, I'm glad we saw it, but my problem, if you're going to see it, this is a spoiler. This is now a movie review podcast. Is the trailers made it seem like it would be more shenanigan-y.
It was full of shenanigans.
No, but the problem was it was shenanigans. So block your ears if you're going to watch it, unless they come out a while after it's been there.
Yeah.
But basically, a lot of people died brutally, and like brutal stuff happened. Or at least one person, and like they introduce Zoe Kravitz's character, and they make her so cool, and she's so hot, and like she's very
real fun,
very integral to the story. And then like he walks in, and she's just been shot in the head.
Yeah, it was
executed.
very shock. It was very shocking.
And then like you're like, oh wow, that's crazy. And then from then on, like people who are like semi-big, just getting killed. So my point is, it's a shenanigan story. Everything about it is shenanigan. They're running through Chinatown.
So fun.
He has his baseball history. He's like wisecracking. He's like a classic, almost like a Vince Vaughn type in terms of like slacker. And that's all really fun. But then they're dealing with these mobsters who like they're not like fun, quirky mobsters. I mean, they try and make them. That's the thing. He tries to make them quirky, but then they're just completely
but they are very
brutal.
violent, yeah.
And like he even like the start of it, he gets the shit kicked out of him, and then they burst his kidney.
Yeah, I was not expecting that at all.
And he pisses and bleeds onto the ground.
Yeah. He's pissing blood.
Yeah, and it was just brutal, and like these people are getting shot, and like at bars, random people.
Yeah.
So it's like everything about it is really shenanigan, and then suddenly and then like again, this is all the people, but like everyone that's important is like just dying like in savage ways, and I'm like, okay, and then he's like, his girlfriend was killed, I guess, 8 hours ago, and then he's like chuckling. I don't know. It's hard for me to. I was so shocked by that. I was like, tonally, it felt like Robin was loving it. I thought
I loved it.
The New York stuff was cool. It was a lot of places we knew.
It just like he's running through Chinatown. They're gallivanting through the Lower East Side, and it's set in 1998, which is like just would have been such a cool time to be in New York. And then they're also like in Brooklyn, and then they're like driving around through Queens, and like it's yeah, it was just a nice little love letter.
No, it definitely was. The New York stuff was really great, and I think
they
you're
had
right
like the old New York City buses, and it was just really well done.
I don't know how they did that, but
yeah, it was so great.
I do think it's interesting setting a movie in 98, and I'm going to sound like such an old man. Everyone thinks the best era was the time when they were like 8 years old. But I do think there's something about like movies can just be simpler then. Just no smartphones and all the things. It can just, like answering machines, like it's all set up in a way that makes the narrative very easy.
No Palantir, no like cameras everywhere, no facial recognition technology.
Any movie now, like there's parts in it, again, I'm just going to spoil the whole thing, but he's like evading people in a way that you just couldn't really do now. Which I think is... whenever people say like you couldn't make that movie now, they always mean like because they said the R word, but it's just more like you couldn't make that movie now because just the narrative wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, the narrative wouldn't make sense.
But go out and watch it. Just be aware Zoe Kravitz dies, and they make you fall in love with it first.
If you see a Darren Aronofsky movie expecting it to be only shenanigans, then you just haven't You just don't know who Darren Aronofsky
But
is.
they shot the trailer like that. Like they just.
Yeah, but it's still Darren Aronofsky.
I actually don't know who that is. I know
He did Requiem for a Dream, Mother, Black Swan.
Those are all shenanigan movies. What are you talking about? Am I crazy?
I think Requiem for a Dream is one of the darkest movies ever made.
Is Black Swan the one where Natalie Portman goes on a road trip to get laid?
Yep, that's the one. In Europe, and then they have all those shenanigans. You're
Which is the one where they win the dodgeball championship. I think that was Requiem for a Dream, I believe. Okay, I think that is all our time. Enjoy Caught Stealing. Don't tighten Robin's water bottles. And we will
Don't
see you next
tighten
week.
my water bottles. I'll accuse you of being an abuser.
We're cutting all of this. This is going to be used in my trial against me. And Your Honor, he tightened those water bottles.
He did.
There's going to be
He
a
did it
Netflix
on
documentary.
purpose.
You're going to be filmed in a nice
Trying
little
to
couch.
make me feel helpless. Trying to make me feel like I needed him.
Just to be clear, Robin doesn't need me to feel helpless. Okay. On that note, we'll see you next time.